Well, hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all of you here. So much love to all of you for watching last night's Virtual Tour Live. Y'all, I went in, did I not? Got a lot to get to tonight with 90 Day Fiance, the single life, season 4, episode 4. I swear, being single, whether you are known on TV or you're not known off TV, it's still a struggle. And Lord, there's a lot to talk about. So let me take down this iconic intro because I am on the stage. Hi, there I am. You see the virtual tour background, you hear the virtual tour music, and then there is me. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Yes, I am very comfortable. 5 people in the building. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We have a lot to talk about with 90 Day Fiance. Y'all ready to do it? Y'all ready to do it? Let's do it. So we're going to start with John. Brother John. Oh, Lord. I would think after being on 90 Day Fiance, right, that you will eventually grow up. Now, John lived with Patrick and Thais, who now have a beautiful baby girl. And hello, Only Zone Alarm. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. Um, so, yeah, John, lived with Patrick and Thais. And so he had to move out because obviously you can't have your brother living with you and your wife. So he has been dating Megan for about 5 months or so. And so, he gets to San Antonio, Texas, and because the daughter rather, Megan's daughter's at the house, that he's going to just meet her in the morning. So he forgot to bring his travel bag, but he did not forget to bring vibrators and toys. And I'm just like, how do you forget your toothbrush, your toothpaste, your brush for your hair, like deodorant, soap, like shampoo and conditioner, body wash? Like, how do you forget all that? But yeah, this is like what, your second time visiting her? But okay. So then we meet Megan. She is in her, I think, 20s, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and lives in San Antonio, Texas. And so, John says that, we're going to have to go and get me travel bag because I forgot, everything. And she said that she likes the pheromones. And John said, all right, maybe we don't need to change. Like, that was really cute, but no. If I mean, honestly, let's see. Like, what's the flight time from Vegas? Excuse me, flight time from Las Vegas to San Antonio. Okay. So this is not a bad flight, right? This is not a bad flight. Let me present this. So that's not a bad flight, right? Hang on. That's not a bad flight. 2 hours and 30 minutes, right? But still, after 2 hours and 30 minutes in the air, I'm going to feel tired. I'm going to want to rest up. You know what I mean? Because I had to get there early, wait all, for the time being, and then get there and da 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 da. But that's just me, though. That's just me. So, with that being said, John and her, Megan, are making out of the elevator. And so they have a little rendezvous. The last time that John was in San Antonio, Texas, he did not leave the room. I mean, listen, I get intimacy time, but like, you're trying to see if this woman is going to be your wife. You know what I mean? You should be. I mean, if you flew 2 hours and 30 minutes to get there, the best thing that you can do is get to know her for her. That's just me. So they're going out for tacos, and Megan is talking about what she is liking and wanting, all that stuff. And so John said that he might have, upped a pumpkin. And so when he said this, I'm like, really, really? So you literally upped a pumpkin? That's what it is? Okay. I mean, I guess I don't know. And not to mention, why would you say that though? Like, well, now we all know the grapefruit thing from Girls Trip, right? We all know the grapefruit thing. But a pumpkin though, like nope, I don't want to. I don't need to know that John put his jack in a jack o' lantern and just had a good time. I don't need. I didn't need to know that. You didn't need to know that. We didn't need to know that. But hey, it was on the screen. And so Megan says that's something that people say up north. No one says that. North, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southwest, southeast. Nobody on the compass says that at all. Nobody on the compass says that. So, so with Megan, excuse me. So with Megan, her from her point of view, she wants to live together 6 months. Um, eventually after 6 months, rather, she wants to live together with John. Now, sorry, y'all. Just trying to make sure because I try to stay cool when I'm on live. You know what I mean? But I know it can be also a little annoying. Oh, hang on, y'all. I'm trying to get the fan together. Okay, there we go. We're good. So here's the thing, right? I think they've been talking for like 5 months, and 6 months. Megan wants to move in. Yeah. Now, my mom has always said, when you're dating, you have your place, she has her place. It just saves a lot of drama. But, move in to get, if you're going to get married, then move in so you guys can settle your bills down and all that stuff. Um, if you guys have already been talking for 5 months and she wants to move in 6 months, that should be a reasonable amount of time. I mean, if you want to say, okay, how about this? At 6 months, let's see where we are. And then if we're, wheels up, then let's, make a plan in, 3 months or 4 months that I move to San Antonio, right? Because I do agree with John. You do need to see if you guys really do like each other. Because here's the thing. Not everything's going to be lovey-dovey all the time. It's not. It's not. Everything's not going to be lovey-dovey all the time. You need to see them when they're pissed. You need to see them when they have a lot of money, when they don't have a lot of money. You need to see how resourceful they are. You need to see what their tolerance is for certain things in life, what they will and will not accept. So in the words of Judge told, you need to watch them. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel John there, but also too, Megan has a daughter, I think a 10-year-old daughter. And so, I know what she is saying, that she doesn't want to just be doing a fling and she has a whole child out here. So I understand Megan's POV. John, listen, you gotta step up, bro. Got to step up. And here's the thing, right? I think when it comes to dating, someone with kids, because I did date someone with a kid, but I think they were like 9 or 10. What I've come to recognize is you cannot be their parent, right? But what you can do is be that support system. And my friends were like, "Well, why? Well, why would you want to date one with kids?" I'm like, "Well, I mean, listen, my dad, my stepdad, but I call him dad. He took me in, and there was a time where I was really upset about something. My mom said, Do you know that the person that you're fighting against the most wanted to give you his last name?" And so if my dad could put up with me all my ish, then I can love on another kid. Now, everybody's not going to roll that way, but we all had to be invested in order for us to be where we're at today. So that's why I truly believe. And John, blessings to you, brother. But yeah, man, if you really want this woman, you gotta step up. You have to. Um, so let's see. We're gonna go to Debbie next. We're gonna go with Debbie next. So Debbie. Debbie. 67 years old from Georgia or Georgia. Um, so, Russ, the one that Russ was the one that took Debbie on a mini golf date. And so, Russ called Debbie up about Osama and his age. Now, Russ, if you had any reservations, bro, you should have said that on the date. That was not cool, right? Now, we don't know what was said. But here's the thing, right? I think Debbie learned her lesson. Maybe, maybe not. We're gonna get to that in just a moment. But also, too, it's like after dating a 24-year-old, which that's a baby at that point. Um, I guess the only thing I can see Russ calling about is to see if she is really okay with dating somebody her own age, because guess what, young bucks, they know how to buck. So I can understand that can be a bit of an insecurity on him. However, in the same token, I felt like they had a decent chemistry. um but yeah, so then Ruben is a new love interest. He is 58 years old and from Miami, and he's Cuban. So they've been talking every day for a couple of weeks. And so, Ruben asked if, Debbie could come down to Miami. Now, here's the thing, right? I have a theory that for the single life, to make these stories happen, that, TLC will pay for the flight. You know what I mean? Like, I really do believe that, because how else do you make this show The Single Life for as long as you guys have done? This is season 4, by the way, for them. Um, Ruben has a personality. I will say it's a magnetic personality. It's definitely more high energy than Russ. But you know what? Everything's in the eye of the beholder. You know what I mean? I think as you get older, you recognize being in peace is a vibe. And you don't have to have a high energy person in your relationship. Sometimes if y'all both are, cool, chill, even killed people, then that could work. It's always one or the other in a relationship. I realize I don't need two brains in a relationship. That just not gonna work. Because if I'm high energy, you're high energy, and nobody can be the calm in the middle of the storm, then what we're doing here. Um, so yeah. So Julian, her son, and Debbie are at the pharmacy. And so she is going to Miami, and Julian's gonna go to Miami with her. But Julian said, I won't be in the way. And Debbie said, I'm gonna hold you to that. Now, I will say this. With Julian, because you never want to go get your mama, right? She's your mama, and you love her very much. She loves you. So I felt like he should have said, no, I trust you. But also, too, like he said, after almost marrying a 24-year-old in Morocco, yeah, you got to be worried a little bit, because she is closer to the end than she is at the beginning. And you don't want anybody to you don't want anybody to mess with your mom, rather, and disrespect her heart. So I totally get Julian. I would be the same way. If my mom, my mom and dad are married, but my mom was single, I would be the exact same way Julian would be, because that's just what we're supposed to do. We're family. We're supposed to protect our home. Sorry, y'all. All right. So I want to talk about Chantel. It wasn't really too much to Chantel, but it was enough. So Chantel and her friends travel over 4 hours to get to Crete to meet with Giannis. So Chantel loves learning new languages, and she said Greek is hard. And then there's football versus football. So American football versus soccer. And I'm like, okay. And then, there's a history lesson about Spartans and, is Venetian in Greece and all that type of stuff. And then there's some hand holding, and they're going around the Venetian harbor. And Giannis drove back Chantel to the hotel. And there was this thing about not going fast in the car because Chantel didn't want to go fast. Now, I don't know how driving works in Greece, because here's the thing. On some roads, how the left lane is the fast lane, the right lane is the slow lane. In some countries, they're reversed. So I don't know how that works. or anything like that. But yeah. Um, and Chantel said that she's not going to be in the moment and take him up to the hotel room. Um, Basically, what's going to end up happening is that she's just going to leave it with a kiss. I'm proud of Chantel for that. But also, too, Chantel, this should not have been a vacation for finding love, right? Because as we get to the preview, I got a lot to say about the preview, too. Um, I think, Chantel, you went through a lot with Pedro. And I think this should be your rebound season, but the rebound season for you. Like in the family Chantel, she lived with Winter. I don't know if she still is living with Winter and their dogs, but you had your life. And I think that's what you need right now. You know what I mean? Just live your life for you. That's just my take. So we talked about Debbie, talked about Chantel, we talked about John. Okay. Now I got a lot to say about Veronica. Hang on, real quick. I'm still here. Sorry, I'm still here. I just needed me a moment, real quick. Okay, so Veronica, Veronica, and Veronica. Why? Just why? So Veronica is going to pick up Jamal. For those of you who don't know, Jamal is Kimbali's son. For those of you who remember Soldier Boy and not Soldier Boy, our Soldier Boy, but Soldier Boy, Africa's version of Soldier Boy. And Kimbali dated, almost got married, but did not. And so Jamal is Kimbali's son. So Kimberly's son, Jamal, is named Veronica. Problem is with Veronica, she has her best friend named Tim. They dated and were married, I think, for like what, 8 years. But Tim and Veronica lived together. Hey, to each their own. So, every time that Jamal does come, Veronica puts pressure on Jamal of moving to Charlotte. Jamal says, and I quote, that he doesn't like the pressure being placed on him to move to Charlotte. However, he also understands that you can't do long distance for too long, right? Um, and listen, here's the thing, right? So, like, I'm on the dating apps, right? And so, one cool thing about the dating apps is you can set your location to pretty much anywhere. Well, hence you can set it to anywhere. But on Bumble, you have to pay for that. But basically, you do have options to put your location anywhere. Now, I'm a big believer that the love of your life can be anywhere. I'm a big believer in that. But then reality comes in, right? And you have to figure out, okay, am I willing to invest in something that I don't know? And that's probably the most difficult thing to do because, what if she likes me? What if I like her? What if she doesn't like me? What if she doesn't like me? And it's a game of hot potato. And you don't want the potato burn your hands, but in order to play hot potato, you guys get in the game. So I definitely understand Jamal feeling like he may not want to move to Charlotte, but also too, that's where she is. So if you want her, you gotta go her. So Jamal does not want Veronica to be best friends with her ex Tim, and I get it. I mean, if you always have that ex, saying, "Oh, he's this, oh, he's that, or oh, she's this, oh, she's that," that can get like, you know what? Y'all can have y'all opinions and go to the moon together. I'm done. So Chloe is Veronica's 16-year-old daughter. So Chloe and Jamal are bonding, and Jamal says there's nothing to do in Charlotte. Um, let's see. Let's see if there's anything to do in Charlotte. All right, here we go. More things to do. Because my thing is this: like, if you're gonna say there's nothing to do, then let's figure it out, right? Okay. So Jamal, you said there's nothing to do in Charlotte. You said there's nothing to do? Not to think. Not to think. Okay. So y'all, this is what's in Charlotte, North Carolina. You got Carowinds, you have the NASCAR Hall of Fame, you have Discovery Place, Bank of America Stadium, you have the Harvard B. Gantt Center for African American Arts, you have Charlotte Motor Speedway. So there's things to do, Jamal. You just didn't look into them. Oh Lord Jesus, Jamal. Like, dude, I'm trying to be with you here, but also too, you gotta give me something to work with here, man. Like, here's the thing, right? Every city and state can be boring unless you explore, right? So I feel like for Jamal, just do what I did. Just look up some stuff and just go. You know, I mean, you gotta take some initiative here, man. Because to me, it seems like you're very laid back, lackadaisical, and you just okay. If it happens, it happens. But in a relationship, you have to be engaged with the person that you're trying to communicate with if you want to last. Now, if you don't want to last, just say that y'all FWB and just move on. But if you want this to last, and Veronica said that y'all in an exclusive relationship, you're going to have to put forth some effort here. Okay? I'm still with you, though, that Tim should not be in your relationship, but this is the person you chose. So South End is a vibe. So South End is apparently a section of Carolina that has a lot of cool restaurants and live music and things like that. So so Veronica, Jamal, and two of his friends. Hey, Revelation, welcome in. Glad to have you here. It's all good. I appreciate you. So they're on a pedal pub now. For those of you who don't know what pedal pub is, let me do that for y'all. PEDL pub. Now I've seen this before. I've never done it. But I think this would be really cool as a first date. Let's see here. So let me get it up for y'all. Pedal pub. Pedal pub. Pedal pub. Pedal pub. Pedal pub. All right. So here's how pedal pub works. So you view the availability, you check routes and explore touring options. All recommendations include great food, drinks in the area. Prime the gears with your group by signing waivers, coordinating beverages, and post your post-tour plans. Include your family, friends, and coworkers, or yourself in the city, your choice. So, trying to see if they got a YouTube channel. Excuse me. Oh, good lord. Pedal pub. Okay. All right, so let's see here. All right, here it is here.
Welcome back to Living Local, a new Quad Cities business Texas, and it was such a blast. It was just me and my girlfriend. We jumped on one of these and did it for an afternoon, and it was so fun. And then I also did one for a birthday crew in Nashville. And so you hear a lot of these, they're in these big metro areas. And so when I heard that one was coming to Quad Cities, I could not have been more excited. I'm so excited that you guys are bringing it here. Yeah. So for those who are not maybe familiar, how does a pedal pub work?
Yeah, so it's a 16-passenger bike. So you pick either a book a seat experience, which is where you're going to be on a public tour with maybe like 5 or 6 other people that you don't know, or you can rent the bike out privately. You come to our pickup destination, which are different for each city, and you pretty much hop on. You bring some beer if you're in Davenport, and you get drinking and pedal around to different bars. We make stops. You can go in, have a shot, grab a beer, grab some food, and then get back on, pedal to your next bar, and keep going for 2 hours.
It really is such a blast. So what is all included in the pedal pub experience?
So Obviously, you get a pilot.
A pilot, I love that.
Who's really kind of your champion of fun. They're gonna make sure that you guys have cool jams on the radio, all of that good stuff. It's a 2-hour experience. So you start, let's say Davenport, you start at Armor Gardens, you get on the bike, you get to pedal around. Unfortunately, the beer is not included as
Right.
BYOB.
Well, hey, that's
But,
still
you
a
know,
lot
I
cheaper
still-
than buying every place you go.
Exactly, right? And yeah, so it's the pilot, the bike, and the fun time.
So that's basically Puddle Pub, okay? I've never done it, but I think it would be cool to do. I think it would. Actually, you know what? That actually would not be bad for a bachelor party. If I ever got married, I would not mind doing Pedal Pub. I think that would be a cool thing. But anyway, so that basically happens. And so Jamal's friends who come in from, I think it was Richmond, Virginia, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Richmond. They are coming. And so, they are hearing about, Tim, and they're not liking Tim either. And Veronica really wants Tim and Jamal to get along. It's just like, Lord help. So apparently Tim came in too hot the first time that he met Jamal. And so they get to this bar and, they talk about, what's Charlotte like and all that type of stuff. And Jamal says, I don't feel comfortable with you. And he's like, well, what do you mean? And so Veronica, had, Jamal's back and said, Tim, you came hot at him. And so, Tim said, well, maybe he might prove himself. And, I need to see how he is with Chloe. And the new friend that said, respectfully, you don't need to see that. And I'm just like, ooh, tricky. How do you navigate this, right? So to me, I feel like this. The friend is right and wrong. Okay. Now, Chloe's 16 years old, so she's basically been raised. So 17, 18, you got 2 years. 2 years with Jamal versus 8 years with Tim. Tim's the father, right? And so, I understand Tim wanted to make sure that Jamal is not some right? You want to make sure of that because they are out here. So I feel with Tim. Here's why I say the friend is right. That's not your relationship. And you have to trust your ex that she can handle herself with that. But, Jamal, when you said the father of the year comment, I felt like that was very disrespectful. Like, listen, we know that you're trying to level Veronica, but also, too, you do have to get along with Chloe's dad to some degree. Now, that doesn't mean that y'all have to be buddies, but at least you know who he is. He knows who you are. So that's what I have to say on that. I just hope y'all work it out because honestly, Chloe is 16 years old. All y'all are grown. And honestly, you don't want to get to the point where Veronica, you don't want to get to the point where Jamal not liking Tim is making you choose because you deserve to be happy. But also, too, you got to let Tim know this is my damn relationship. Just saying. So, with that being said, we get to the preview. Now, I'm going to try to do this as smoothly as possible. So, Natalie meets one of Josh's friends. So, Josh is a photographer. He's in the media industry. So, Josh's friend is a movie producer. And Natalie says, I want to read some Shakespeare for you. This is a damn dinner. Now, I know what y'all may say. Well, Bray, if Oprah Winfrey was in front of your face, you would be pitching the Bray Lee show on. First of all, shut your mouth. You're not wrong, but we don't have to say the quiet part out loud, okay? But listen, though, Natalie has a lot to deal with emotionally, right? So this meeting is meeting Josh's friends to just see, hey, what's the vibe with the friends? I would have done that, Natalie. That's just me. Okay. So then, Teray is in New Orleans, Louisiana. And so it looks like he is with a group of people. And then Teray says, "Well, for the last 4 years, I was, talking to a man," and he tries to laugh it off. Teray, I'm trying to pull you. I'm trying to pull for you, Teray, but you're making it very difficult. Oh, hang on, y'all. I'm sorry. Ooh, okay. When I did this, my eyes kind of got full. Hang on, let me get my glasses back on. Let me get myself adjusted. It. There we go. Okay. All right. There we go. I just because my thing is this, right? My thing is this, Teray. I get what you went through. It's very traumatic. It's very difficult, rough, and exhausting. The fact that you were talking to, you thought this wonderful young lady, but turns out it was a man. Nobody wants to go through that. I mean, nobody. But not on the first date, though. Now, some people have a feeling that you share everything the first date. No, you don't, because some people are cool, 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 and they will use your story against you to have control over you. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen with Teray, but Teray, let people get to know you for you. You made it out of that. Let people get to know you for you, because, as my mom would say, if you continue telling that story, then that's all they will know of you. There's more to you. But good damn, man, not on the first damn date. Lord help. And Tiffany, we're still wondering where you were, okay? Because you would say you came all the way out for him and all that type of stuff. So then we get to Chantel. And so Giannis says that he is from a big family. And so Chantel says that I would want my partner to be a orphan because I can't deal with family. Now, Chantel, I know you went through a lot with Pedro, but that doesn't give you the right to say that. It doesn't give you the right to say that at all. Because honestly, you could miss out on a good guy. Um, and guess what? Every family's going to have problems. Hopefully not as crazy as Pedro's family, because so Lord, some people should have never been formed up. Okay, when people were born as a seed, some seeds should never sprout up, and that's Pedro's family fully. Nicole, the trifling ick of a daughter, Lydia, I think it's Lydia as well. Oh my God, just that whole family is toxic, and trifling and disgusting. And listen, before anybody says, "Well, Braylon, you being me," hey, can story be welcome in? Before anyone says, Braylon, Pedro, and Lydia and Nicole are human beings, and don't you always fight for everybody? And don't you say, on the receive love, you gotta give love? Yes, but guess what? The camera can only capture what you give it, and we can only see what's allowed on TV. So that's the way they want to behave. That's the response they get. Pedro's family is shit. Point blank, period, end of the story. But Chantel, you should not let Pedro's family dictate the fact if you could date somebody with a family. You know what I mean? Because there are plenty of families that would love a Chantel. Plenty of families. Now, your mama Karen, give me a moment. Give me a moment. One more moment. Okay. I don't know how somebody's gonna be able to deal with your mama, because your mama can sometimes do the most. But you know what? You got Thomas there. So I think you do have a good family. I think your thing is be still with yourself. Be still with yourself. And this is not saying that, you can't meet somebody internationally. You can't find love. I mean, hell, that's what 90 Day Fiance is about. But you also got to be realistic. I think that this vacation should have just been to see what could be, honestly, because I'm just like, you drove 4 hours to meet somebody in a whole nother city, right? Like, oh, Jesus Christ. I had work today. Columbus, Ohio. Okay. So, so if I left from where I am to Columbus, it will be 2 hours and it'll be 2 hours and 12 minutes, right? Now, personally, I'm just gonna say this right now, that's not bad, right? But to go for 4 hours is a bit much. It's a bit much to go 4 hours just to see somebody. Not to mention too, you're only in Greece for how many days? But then you have WhatsApp, so you can make it work. But still, it's 4 hours for a guy that you don't even know. Like Chantel, this was not the move. Like, no. I don't know if her friends put her up to this. I know her friends want her, to get out and live her best life and all that type of stuff. But a real friend will say, listen, I will go with you. But honestly, child, we could just stay here and just find somebody here. And not to mention too, like, like, you don't have to find the love of your life on vacation. You don't. If it happens, it happens. Right? Let's just say if I was at Disney World and I saw a beautiful black BBW. If we're on a lot of the same rides and stuff, and she's like, hey, you seem to know a lot about Disney. I'm like, yeah, well, do you want to go, out to eat later? Sure. We have a great conversation. And she's like, and I'm like, hey, you know what? Actually, are you going to Fantasmic later? No, I was going to go back. Well, why don't you come to Fantasmic? Like, it makes sense, right? But with Chantel, she just is game for anything. And I'm not saying that's not bad. I'm not saying that's bad at all. But perspective is everything, right? Just, Chantel, just be careful. Be careful, because I don't know if I can handle your mama being your mama again. And Karen, I love you. You and Karen Huger are two black Karens I can roll with. But Karen Huger at least has a personality where you can, take it in. You, Karen, you do a lot. But you're also a mama bear, which I respect. So. But yes, indeed, Kasori be in the bushes cooking dinner, chicken and shrimp pasta. Okay, that's what's up. Welcome in, everybody. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Glad to have all of you here in the building. Oh, I'm going to have to watch that a little bit later. So, Phone Calls from Prison has, it's a short call, but Dre lectures, Shirley Straub, Dre lectures, Ernesto about giving Shirley Strawberry an ultimatum. Well, I gotta say this about Dre. Dre, shout out to you, brother, because I feel for Dre. This is your best friend. The allegations that he has against him are allegations that would make you a pariah anywhere in the world. But I hope that he laid into Ernesto the way he laid into Ernesto when it came to Shirley Strawberry when she was losing, because Ernesto just seems to me like he just does not care. He just does not care. So, now I forgot to show this story yesterday. Now, y'all, this is too damn funny with what I'm about to show y'all. This is too damn funny, okay? Now, this was a day ago. Okay? So I'm going to show y'all this. Here we go. So this comes to us from Fox 5, okay? Martin Luther King Jr. lookalike at Ravens game. The daughter responds. The daughter of the civil rights icon, Martin Luther King Jr., is weighing in on a viral picture of a man who bears a striking resemblance to her father. Cameron's captured the Baltimore Ravens fan during Saturday's game against Texas at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. The photo spread pretty quickly. MLK Dunn resurrected to witness a Lamar playoff masterpiece. Now, I'm not going to lie. Like, if I pull up a picture of Martin Luther King Jr., okay, now here is Martin. That's Martin Luther King Jr., okay, y'all right? So there's Martin, and there's that brother. So I could kind of see it. Kind of see it. So it has received more than 93,000 likes and 600 comments as of Monday morning. It has been reposted 14,000 times. Even found its way to King Center CEO Dr. Bernice King, who responded to the picture on Twitter with a post of her own. Post said, crying, laughing emoji. Then she wrote, I have a great sense of humor. This post is funny. Some posts about uses of my father image or not. This man resembles daddy though. Okay. This image resembles daddy though. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Baltimore won the game on Saturday, moving to the AFC Championship game. They will host the conference championship for the first time ever. Bernice King is the youngest daughter of Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King. She was 5 years old when her father was assassinated. At this time, it doesn't appear that the fan has been publicly identified. Well, I think what we need now is this brother to do an I Have a Dream speech. Now, if I'm MLK, right, if I'm this brother, I must say to you, you Asian behind me, can you please shut the hell up? I have seen the promised land and did not feature you screaming behind me. I mean, listen, that's just me. Okay, that's just me. Oh my Lord Jesus. That is too funny. That is too funny. But yeah, I meant to show that to y'all yesterday. Let's see here. Let's see here. So here is this here. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, here's this here from Me and Takeout. Okay, now this is Me and Takeout. All right, so Cardi B claims that Tasha K has secret offshore accounts. Cardi B is alleging that Tasha K has been hiding her cash in offshore accounts to avoid paying her the million she was ordered to by a judge. Cardi was awarded nearly $4 million dollars in a settlement, even though Tasha K claimed bankruptcy and that she doesn't have the money to pay Cardi. But attorneys said that she has accounts that she has not disclosed to the judge. Now, listen, I know that Cardi B and Offset are like not dating, or they're not together, but I mean, listen, if I was around Cardi for a night, I would like to know what that personality is in person. I'm just gonna be real about it. According to documents reviewed by Hip Hop DX, an alleged failure to disclose ashes from Latasha Kibi can be seen as a violation of 18 USC Act 52, which penalizes those who knowingly and fraudulently conceals from a custodian, trustee, marshal, or the officer of the court charged with control or custody of property or in connection with a case under Title 11 from creditors or the United States trustee, any property belonging to the estate of a debtor. Kevin Harris also sued Tasha K for defamation, alleging she tried to extort him for $250,000 following an interview with his former assistant. Oh yeah, no, I mean when I saw it yesterday, I'm like, it kind of looks like him. It kind of looks like him. You know what I mean? And listen, I mean, we're not going to sit here in front. I mean, I'm grown, y'all grown. There is a certain energy to Cardi B. There's a very certain energy of Cardi B. I mean, listen. I mean, if I had all that on me for a night, Jesus, listen. By the time 6 o'clock come, I might be touring through her. You know what? I need to stop. I need to stop. I need to stop. See what y'all do to me. See what y'all do to me. Anyway, not me touring through Cardi B. Not me touring through Cardi B. Lord help. Um. Oh my Lord Jesus. I cannot. Like, what? Why am I the way I am, y'all? Why? But yeah, I mean, honestly, that's just how I feel about it. Like, I keep saying it, but like, all that content creator has to do is go to Netflix, go to Hulu, go to some streamer. Now, I don't know if they'll put it on TV, but go to some. Oh, Lord, 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 Lord. But no, seriously, go. Oh my Lord. Now you know what will be really crazy though? What will be really, really crazy to me is when I do make it, if everybody starts to find my YouTube channel after I made it and stuff. And I was, if I went over to a woman's house and she said, hires Wayne Lowe's available, but he's like, you about to be on tour. Now tour through me, motherfucker, and get in here. I don't know what I would do. I'm like, wait, did you watch Virtual Tour Live? Yeah, and guess what? My mouth is about to be on tour live. Get over here. Okay, got it. That's just a little. It was just like when Genuine said that he doesn't play his own music. I'm just like, okay, listen. I use Virtual Tour Live for what Virtual Tour Live is supposed to be. Lord help. Oh, my Lord. I can't. Just listen. Lord. Oh, this is interesting. For those of you who have Netflix, you might need to know about this one. Netflix expects to fully phase out its cheapest no ads plan. It's the beginning of the end for Netflix's lowest cost plan that does not include advertising. In reporting results for the fourth quarter 2023, in which it added a better than expected 13.1 million net subscribers, Netflix told its ad support plan accounting for 40% of all Netflix signups in markets where it has launched that, and said that the number of subscribers on ad tiers almost grew 70% quarter over quarter. The company did not break out subscriber numbers, but it said that it recently surpassed 23 million monthly active users or advertising tiers. To drive more customers to the ad support plan, the company said it plans to retire the no ads basic plan in some countries where it has introduced the ad tier. That will start in Canada and the UK. There's a quarter of 2024. The company will be taking it from there. Oh, Lord. Now, here's the thing, right? I get this, but I also don't get it. Because those people pay for, Lord help, not what do we do with cats, really? Hey, 5 people, welcome in. We're just chilling. Lord help, not with cats. But no, with the Netflix thing, those people are very loyal, right? I mean, if they're paying like $20 a month, those are your premium subscribers, right? And I would not try to get rid of the plan just to get them to ads, because guess what? People don't like ads. Sorry, I know it brings y'all money, but why get rid of a tier that brings y'all in a very big part of your company, right? That's just me. But just in case y'all did not know, Netflix will be getting rid of that It will be getting rid of the cheapest no ads plan. So just to let y'all know. All right. So the Oscar nominations came out today. Sorry, oh my lord, my eyes. So the Oscar nominations came out today. Oppenheimer dominates with 13 nominations. Poor Things follows with 11. Now remember, now remember, we talked about The Color Purple and how Taraji didn't want the drama to overshadow the movie. Now, this is a very interesting nomination list. So, Best Picture, Color Purple did not get. Okay, but Color Purple is in here. Okay, so let's see. So Danielle Brooks is nominated for a actress in a supporting role. Okay. Let's see what else. I don't know if that's the only one. I don't know. Oh, there's Chloe and Haley Chloe. That's very nice. Let's see here. Now, this Barbara of Little Rock, that's about Barbara in Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm pulling for that 101. Let's see here. Elemental, I hope it wins. It was a very, very good movie. Although going up against Spider-Man, that's going to be kind of difficult, but hey. Okay, so I think that was the only one for The Color Purple. Now, I know I told Taraji to shut the up if The Color Purple got nominated for Best Picture, right? Okay, so that's what I did say. However, as I am looking through the nominations to see if there's anybody else, uh, I think that's the only one. Yeah, I think that was the only one that I saw for The Color Purple. Now, Taraji, if you really want to do the right thing, then guess what you do? Hey, Yolanda Karen, welcome in. So, Taraji, if you really want to do the right thing, say, Danielle, if you need me, I got you on the store. I will be right there advocating for you every step of the way. But you have to be on your assignment of pushing Danielle Brooks up, okay? Why is there some part of me that wishes Taraji would do that though? Like I know that may sound mean, but like after everything that's been said about The Color Purple and all that stuff and saying that, she wants it to be, more about the film and stuff like that, I just feel that let Danielle go out here and do it. But also too, Taraji P. Henson is a legend. So Taraji, this could be your chance to help somebody. You say that the pay gap ain't there and all that stuff, then showcase to them why Danielle Brooks deserves the Oscar. That's what I would say. So, oh Lord. But yes, indeed. I'm gonna drop the link if you guys want to come up. Let's see. Okay. No, that's not what I want to do. Yes, paste that. All right, let me get the link put up here. Okay. Let me pin the link. And the link is pinned right there. Congratulations. I don't know why I'm saying congratulations, but anyway. Congratulations. You know what? Congratulations will just make it through another day. That's a whole congratulations, well deserved. We are live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We did the 90 Day Fiance review. We did the review at the top of the show. And then almost at 40 minutes. And now we're just chilling. Now we are just chilling. Now we're just chilling. So y'all, that hour-long video that I did at the top of last virtual tour live, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all how many views it got. Like, no joke. Like, y'all have done it again. Listen. That was a show. You heard me. Let me show y'all. Right here. Okay. 195 views already. Getting close to 200 views.
Are you driven by purpose?
And then here are the comments here. And look at this right here. Look at this right here. Look at Alpha MC. Look at Alpha MC. She said, I'm still listening. And boy, oh boy, you went in Tiana's Place versus Pizza Planet. Listen, that was so damn good. I can't even begin to. I really threw down. I really did. I threw down with my opinions on that one. I mean, it was just, it was a good time. It really, really was. So let's see here. Sorry, y'all. It's a long day at work today. Okay, so I'm gonna have to turn this. Well, hello to you. There we go. You and you. We are live on tour. We have a lot to talk about. Carlos King and Melody Cherie Rock. Why I say Melody Cherie Lee? It's in my name. It's in my mouth so much. Lord help. Melody Cherie Rogers and Carlos King and a bunch of Melamitas teamed up last night at Stand Up Huntsville. We're going to talk about it for a full hour. Well, he's going to try to get there to a full hour. Then Monique, she has some things to say about a particular celebrity. Lord help. Gary Owen also has some words about the same celebrity. We'll talk about that. Jaleel White making a new career move. I'll tell you about that. Big Ludacris has a new project out. And, of course, the legendary Dexter Scott King went home to be with his dad. I have all the details. Iris Wayne Lowe is available. But either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro. You see the virtual tour background. You hear the virtual tour music. There's me. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have all of you here. We are live. It's myself saying myself. So, let's get into it, shall we? I told y'all the first hour is going to be Melody and all of them. So, it's crazy. So, from what I was able to gather, by the way, shout out to Trent at some point, Sassy T from the 803, Queen Sheba Darling, here for Hot Tea. All of the content creators that went down to Huntsville, Alabama. I heard it was a snowstorm. It was about 17 degrees down there. So shout out to each and every one of you. This was a very real podcast taping. This is a very real podcast taping. Hey, Gigi, welcome in. Glad to have you here. One of the things about this sector that I love so much, and Gigi, let me know if you want to come up. I'll drop the link immediately. Now, normally I don't do that. I wait until the end of the show, but Gigi is fam. But anyway, one of the things about this sector is either you gotta bring your A game, or people going. Hang on, y'all. So I'm about to turn off my camera because I've been on for a whole hour. Lord help. So I'm gonna play this because for one, for those of you who may not have seen my virtual tour response to Melody, well, it's more Carlos than anything. But y'all, I throw down on this, so I'm gonna just let y'all enjoy. I'm gonna put myself on mute, but I'm still here. So here we go. Well, he's gonna try to get there to a full hour. Then Monique, she has some things to say about a particular celebrity. Lord help. Gary Owen also has some words about the same celebrity. We'll talk about that. Jaleel White making a new career move. I'll tell you about that. Big Ludacris has a new project out, and of course, the legendary Dexter Scott King um, went home to be with his dad. I have all the details. Higher is Wayne, low is available. But either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro. You see the virtual tour background. You hear the virtual tour music. And then there is me. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have all of you here. We are live on tour. So let's get into it, shall we? I told y'all the first hour is going to be Melody and all them. So it's crazy. So from what I was able to gather, and by the way, shout out to Trent at some point, Sassy T from the 803, Queen Sheba Darling, here for Hot Tea, all of the content creators that went down to Huntsville, Alabama. I heard it was a snowstorm. It was about 17 degrees down there. So shout out to each and every one of you. This was a very real podcast taping. This is a very real podcast taping. You know, hey Gigi, welcome in. Glad to have you here. You know, one of the things about this sector that I love so much, and Gigi, let me know if you want to come up. I'll drop the link immediately. Now, normally I don't do that. I wait until the end of the show, but Gigi is fam. So, but anyway, one of the things about this sector is either you gotta bring your A game, or people going to call you out on your game. You know what I mean? And something that really puzzled me was when Carlos said, and I quote, "Oh, I have, Bell Collective, and I have, Bad and Bougie, I have Grown and Gospel, I have this and I have that." But people make time and arrangements for things they want to care about. I mean, of course, Oprah Winfrey had the Oprah Winfrey Show for 25 damn years. Now, she became more of the host rather than the executive producer, but she still made the final call. And so it boggled my mind. And you even said this, Carlos, that, well, y'all always say I have time for all these other shows. Why don't you focus on your own? So if you good to damn well know that, then why aren't you doing it? It really just, because the reunion, honestly, it was a simmer reunion. It was a simmer reunion. That part right there. Hey, Coach and Hayden Josh, welcome in. Yes, right there. What are any of those? Because none of those are bringing the views like LMAH. Exactly right. And honestly, like, I don't know if you're trying to be the Tyler Perry of unscripted television or what, but even Tyler Perry recognized rather he need writing teams for all of his other shows. You make sure you take care of the main one that brings you your biggest bag. It's just like me. Ooh, that was really bad. Nintendo. I know that was really rough. But anyway, follow with what I'm saying. Nintendo has Star Fox, they have Metro Prime, they have Splatoon, they have all these other franchises. But what's the number one franchise? Mario. They always invest in their number one franchise. And that's the thing that boggles my mind. I'm like, dude, respectfully and disrespectfully, I covered the whole season. You didn't cover, I mean, now listen, I say that very loosely, okay? Because apparently Carlos says that him and Dustin, they review the show on Saturdays and stuff. But see, the thing about you, Carlos, I think most of those are taped. I'm live right after the show at 9/8 Central. And the thing with you is, it's like you're too close to the fire. You know what I mean? You don't know how to take in the warmth of the fire. You get so close to it because it looks all shiny and glowy and pretty. Ooh, I like the fire. You don't. and just sit there and take the heat and the warmth and the comfort of the fire. Like real talk. Like, and this is the thing, right? I feel personally that every review that I've done has been the official review for Love and Marriage Huntsville in the male sector. I'm just gonna say it. Because it's true. Like, the way that I reviewed each episode is the same way I would do the reunion. Oh, we're covering everything. Because that reunion was a very mild simmer. That part right there. That was a very mild simmer. Because it's like, so we ain't talking about the lawsuits that the Scotts got? Really? I mean, you mentioned the rollover and take it with Maurice, but you conveniently forgot, even though it was showing the clip that, Maurice said it, you forgot that you were a part of that. So you didn't take any accountability for that. It's the selective memory for me. It's really the selective memory for me. I simply do not get it. And for those of you who are wondering, Bray, what about Monique, Gary Owen, Jaleel White, Ludacris, and Dexter Scott King? We are going to get to all that. But I know that this is the main topic that people want to talk about. So we're going to try to do a full hour. Okay, we're going to try. And the reason why I'm upset is that, we cover the reality. And that's why people are tuned in and tuned out, because if we have to do y'all job for y'all, then what's the point of watching the show? What's the point of watching the show? Exactly. Like, for example, when Tisha said that in 6 years she's always been upfront about things, where have you been honest? Where have you been? Hey, Cheryl H. Huff, welcome in. Or Tuff, welcome in. Where have you been honest, Tisha? Where have you been honest at all in any of these seasons? None whatsoever. None. Your honesty, Tisha, caused your husband to think that you cheated on him. And at one point in time, you said to Kimmy that I may not even tell Maurice. Because every time she asked, when are you going to tell him? Be like, it'll be soon. So you were going to put it off. So really? Okay. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. You didn't even ask about the Columbia, bachelor party. Because if I was the host, so listen, this is called Love and Marriage Huntsville. Marceau, why did you put your pleasure over your marriage when you went to Columbia on the anniversary weekend of you and Tisha being married? That's a legitimate question. Like, when someone that have your position can do your position better than you, no, it's all good. It is all good. When someone who doesn't have your position can do it better than you, that's a problem. You know what? Y'all give me a moment, because I'm gonna pull up. This is a Love and Marriage Huntsville special edition. For the first hour, we're gonna try to get to this. Okay, we're gonna try to, for the first hour, to go through this thing. Okay, so give me a moment. Okay, y'all ready? Because I got thumbnails for y'all. Here we go. All right, there we go. Now that we got that together, now let's talk. Because you were so excited to do the pilot of your new version of Nightcap that when the question was asked, does Marceau get into everyone's business? Kimmy's like, can I put it up halfway? You don't hold anybody to account. What you do is you dangle the bait just enough, just enough. And then when you reel it in, you reel it so far away that they got to use all of their gills, all their breathing mechanism just to even get to the bait. That's how you are. And Melody, you said some that's very true. Martell puts batteries in people's backs. So does Carlos. So does Carlos. Because when he said, I quote, I would never let some of my family members work for the kingdom because if they cross me, it'll be over. But yet, though, when Melody said that it's difficult to go to work under these type of circumstances, I just felt like that was such a bullshit question. You're asking her how hard is it to go to work when you are making the work environment for her. Where do they do that at, Carlos? Where do they do that question at? Seriously, where do they do that question at? Because I was like, no, he is not trying to, I know he's not trying to lessen the blow. And then saying, well, you were married to him for a very long time and you have had kids together and you've had memories together. Okay, memories, the marriage and what have you only matters if both people give a damn about Carlos. Come on now. Really, is this what we're doing? Is this what we're really doing? And when Melody said, when are you guys going to step in? What you did was give that long-ish actual social self-excuse of being so busy. And Melody said there was a point in time where y'all really did talk like you used to. And her team, loving, gracious, and kind to a fault, said, don't charge it to his heart. In the words of Stormy, she gave your ass grace. Like, even on Housewives, like, drama gets out of control, but they need to handle something, they handle it. Okay? Because I promise you, this is the drama off of Housewives that's off the show is never this real. Where content creators are feeling the show, not the show feeling the content creators. It's never been that crazy in the world of Housewives. Never. And to hear Melody break down crying of the fact that she was wondering when y'all were going to step in. A woman should never have to worry if the people who say that they're for her have to step up. A woman should never have to worry if the people in her life are going to step up for her. That's just because, Carlos, let's be real. If this was your sister, if this was your mama, and I'm going there, so I don't give two damn ucks or issues about it. If it was your mama, if it was your grandma, if it was your sister, if it was your auntie, if it was your niece, if it was your cousin, or any female best friend, would you have the same energy of saying that you did not know? Or would you, as busy as you say you are, pick up the phone, hey, auntie, what's going on? Okay, slow down. Where are you? Where is he? And when do I need to roll up? I really mean that. Because honestly, to me, it seemed like it was and this is the first stop on the tour. It seemed like because you knew that all three parts of the reunion were going to happen subconsciously, you knew that the audience was going to come in and do what they needed to do. Or sorry, I take that back. You knew the audience was going to come in with a certain energy. And I think because the season has been the season, you wanted this first stop to be able to tell the fans that, hey, I'm in control. And if you let me be in control, I promise you I'm going to give you the show. So you're basically baiting the audience of, y'all, listen, I came down to Huntsville. I came down to Huntsville to give you some of my time, my energy, and my commitment. But see, the problem with that is, Carlos, just because you make a stop doesn't mean anybody cared that you made a stop. I'm going to say again, just because you made a stop in Huntsville doesn't mean anybody cared. Because really, that room was for Melody. Really, that room was for Melody. And when she heard that Martell got arrested, she said that she wasn't smiling. She wasn't saying hip hop hooray. She wasn't dancing around. The first thought rather in her head was, where are her children? And when the Revenge P happened, police said, well, do you want to get a warrant and go after him? And she was like, no, I'm not going to do that. Because guess what? This is World Mental Poker Tour. And I have a full hand right here. I was trying to do a full hand, with the cards in there. I have a full hand right here. Royal flush. It's not time to flush the toilet yet. It's not time for me to put down and get out this game yet. And I can only imagine that Melody's 38 years old, right? That has been your one and only husband. And after that divorce, that woman may feel that she may not want to be able to date because of your dumbass stupidity, Martell. There's always an idiot like you that ruins it for the rest of us. Because you know what really pisses me off? It pisses me off first pissed me off when women said that there aren't good dudes out here. Now, that's not every woman saying that. But for some of the women who do say that, at first I'm like, well, wait a minute, are there not good guys out here, or you're not giving them the time of day? But one of my female friends said to me, Bray, good guys always finish last because we go after what we think we want, not invest in what we need. So we have to reconcile the fact that we could have had good in our life, but we put up with so much bad. But then it gets deeper with domestic violence. And when you're trying to live and not exist. Hey, Phyllis Crawford. Hey, Yolanda Cameron. Welcome and glad to have you here. When you're trying to live out loud and not just exist, that's a fight or flight pattern. So I had to recognize within myself, okay, if there are women saying that there's no good men out here, don't paint every woman with a broad brush. You have to recognize that their pain does not mean that you're not good too. But their heart has been so ran through the cleaners, they don't know if they have an outfit to put on to see if they want to take a shot. And for that, Martell, you a piece of shit. Thank God that, like you said, Rogers, those are fine people. Thank God she had a foundation before you came along. And you know what? To be honest with you, how old is Martell? How old is he? How old is Martell Holt?
Martell Holt is 42 years old.
How old is Tank Holt?
According to Wikipedia, the Tank.
So how old is Tank, y'all? Melody's son. Was he like what? Is he is he okay, so 9. Wait, 9. He was 9 2 years ago from what's happening. So was he like 10 or something? Anyway, 9, thank you very much. 9. You are what? Because I'm about okay. I appreciate because there's a point to what I'm about to say. You 42 years old, right? So let's just say that 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So by the time he gets to 18, you'll be 53 years old. Now, there are some 18-year-olds that grow up tall and they are built. When he gets 25 or so, because I just did that, so you'll be like 60 something. If you're still on this behavior, if Tank calls his mama and says, "Hey, mama, I'm about to go over Dad's house. Have the cops outside. Tell the cops to stay in the car. Get the uncles, get the nephews, get the cousins. Get Braylon Lee too. And tell them stand by." If Tank goes in that house and mentally puts your ass in a coma so good you can't wake up, you know how Kanye West said, "I ain't saying she a gold digger, but it is what it is. Go ahead, girl, go ahead and get down." I ain't saying he should whoop your ass, but go ahead, Tank, and get down. And I have never on this channel ever advocated for somebody getting their ass whooped. But at this point, Martell deserves hands. He deserves hands. He deserves to know what it is to have your tongue not work anymore. He deserves to know what it is to have a brain delay in thinking. But most of all, he deserves the unmitigated hell of what it is not to get back up after you put everybody through hell. He deserves that shit. He does. And Cross, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. If he's on this next season, it's gonna be hell on your ass. I can tell you that right damn now. Because honestly, there's been a lot of content creators saying that if he's back on, they're not gonna review. And I was thinking that too. But then, I think it was Gigi or L'Oreal that said, well, you know what? We have platforms and we can call out the shit that needs to be said if it's wrong. So I've made the decision because I was debating it. But I'm just like, well, 15 after shows. Part 3 got 1,700 views. 86 videos of every damn episode this season. # Rabbit has had the gun the whole time. That that if I can break into this sector by doing something that's never been done, I can continue on and do the right thing when you don't have enough balls between your legs and a dick to piss with to do the job that you're supposed to do, Carlos. So I'm going to review season 7 because you ain't going to be able to get the real on this one. You're not going to be able to get the real season 7. And for your own mental health, and for Kingdom Reign, instead of production company, y'all might want to call it quits after season 7. Brian, there's no human whooping like the one that guy's is going to repay him for his karma. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, I'm the first person that often advocates for the production staff and crew. I'm not going to blame the production staff or crew. On this one, I'm not. Because their boss is you, Carlos. This is on you. And you said, and I quote, about Martell that you told him that, you know, he didn't need to get no dollar store flowers or anything like that. And you said, don't disrespect my staff, my crew, or anything like that. Because these people take off. They take off from their families, their friends, and everything else to come down Huntsville and make sure there's a good shot. Carlos, there are women at the Bunny Ranch giving blowjobs right now on some dicks. And the comments releasing like a Bellagio fountain, and they ain't missing for shit. That is more. What can I say about that? That experience is more trustworthy, validating, and it is more real than that shit you said. He's been arrested for domestic violence in the 3rd degree with harassing communications. Do you not know that this is just level 1? If he did this with harassing communications, I know, Phyllis, I know. But I'm making this point because I think sometimes people need to be talked to in a I don't give a up type of way for them to get it. If this was harassing communications, this was a phone, Carlos, to make calls, to put in requests. Do you know what will happen? If Martell wants to take it up another level, he did stalk Melody on a date, you know. Thank God camera crew was around. You know, Carlos, there's a game called Deal or No Deal. I don't know if you know it, but you should watch some old episodes. Because when the contestant first comes out, Howie Mandel, legendary Howie Mandel, says, tell me more about yourself, your name, your age, where you're from, all that stuff. And then he says, wouldn't it be cool if you could do all that $1 million? Are you ready? And here we go. We have 26 beautiful women here, all with 26 different cases, randomly randomed. We do not know what's in what case. That's been done by a third party. But what we do know is there is one case with $1 million all the way down to a penny. All I need you to do is just to pick the case that you think has the million. What was the key word of what I just said? Pick the case that you think has the million. Just because you think it has the million doesn't mean the million's in the case. And you start off with 6 cases. And the crazy thing about Deal or No Deal, once that case is gone, that case is gone. So you get the first offer, it's a low ball offer. You're like, man, you know, $50,000, you know, that's money. No deal. You do realize in order to find out what's in your case, you got to Keep going. 5 more cases. All right, you're not some big money amounts, but you still got $750,000. But see, there's a song from Kenny Rogers that says you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and one, count your money, sing at the table. But when you never, what do they always say? You can't be upset with what you never had. But you get upset because you know what you could have. You know what you can have, right? So then Howie goes to the friends and family, the supporters. Mom, dad, sister, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the hell. Now you add their voice to the mix. You got to recognize every offer that's made to you, Carlos, is a one-time offer. 4 more cases. Now your board either has small amounts, big amounts, or both. Get to 3 cases, then 2. Now it's down to 1 case at a time. Now, you guys probably wondering, Brent, why are you bringing deal or no deal into Love and Marriage Huntsville? Follow what I'm saying. The divorce itself was the first stage of Deal or No Deal with 6 cases. The second stage of 5 cases was the Revenge P. The third stage with 4 cases is being with coleslaw. Third stage is getting arrested for domestic violence. 3rd degree with harassing communications. Degree 2 is, this is so sad to say. Degree 2 is investigating who she's dating. That's when you open up 2 cases at a time, Carlos. Remember, all the cases that gotta be open, right? To get to the case. Now we're opening up 1 case at a time. When you get that final offer, Carlos, that's it. Now, some people have went on and they've done decent. Some people have done tragic. But some people got exactly what they wanted. But you know the crazy thing about when you open up 1 case at a time? Either way, that result is that result, and that can't change. So if you keep playing Deal or No Deal, you're going to get down to that final offer, and you're getting close to the final offer where it's like, okay, at 2 cases, Martell was researching who Melody was dating. What if in that 1 case is Martell finding that guy and handling him? Y'all follow the analogy where I'm going? Carlos, I don't think you're ready to find out what's in that case. I don't think you're ready to find out what's in that case. Because with you, with how thirsty, how pathetic, and how desperate you are to be seen, you can't be smart enough to take the final offer. Deal. I'll take what I have. Because it was more than when I came in. But because you want the million so bad, what you don't realize is in order to get the million, there is a consequence. You got to knock out all the cases to have a shot. Well, you should just be grateful and take the final deal because you had a shot. I bet you won't look at Deal or No Deal the same way again. I bet your ass that. Because I was really racking my brain on how to explain this to Carlos, how to explain this to all the haters, how to explain to the kids in the back of the short bus where this thing is going. We're at the round with 3 cases where he's been arrested. We're not at the round where you got to open up 2 cases yet. And we haven't made it to the final case. But you so desperate to get to that final case that you'll play the game. You'll play the full game. Hey, Nikki News, welcome and glad to have you here. So yeah. I said what I meant what I said. And personally, brother, I'm gonna let you know something right now. If there was a versus battle of hot topics, I would mentally whoop your fucking ass, Carlos King. It would be easy work. It would be easy work. Because see, the difference between you and me is this right here. You cover everyone else's ish that you don't even know who the hell you are to know what you care about to talk about. I do. I've covered Love and Marriage for this particular season. 86 videos, all original thumbnails, 15 after shows, live, immediately after the show. And on top of all that, you got the most diversified tour on YouTube, the most diversified show on YouTube, the most diverse topics on YouTube. But do you know why I'm diverse, Carlos? Because I give a fuck about being diverse. You don't. You're just like McDonald's. Make a menu of the basics. Make the prices where you control the profit and not give a fuck about the quality. I'm going to let that sit for a minute. Do y'all follow where I'm going here? Do y'all follow where I'm going here? Because you know what? It takes too much work. I'll put it like this. Let's use some Disney terminology. You ready? It's easier to run a Pizza Planet than it is to run Tiana's Place. It's easier to run Pizza Planet than Tiana's Place. It's easier to run Pizza Planet than it is Tiana's Place. And you want to know why it's easier to run Pizza Planet than Tiana's Place? Because Pizza Planet sets everything up for you. The whole building, all the games, the pizza, the wings, the food. They set up everything for you. But with Tiana's Place, you got to create something. You know what? Speaking of that, Chat with QT put up something today. And I fully agree with her on it. I fully agree with her on it. Fully agree with her. Be a chef, not a cook. A chef creates, a cook follows recipes. To my point, it's easier to run a Pizza Planet Because all you gotta do is follow the recipes. There ain't nothing original. You're just creating duplicates. But to be a chef, to be original, to put time, energy, and commitment into something, not knowing if it's going to work out or not, but you know that you got enough in you, that if you believe in you, and other people can see that, you will be an original. Carlos, you've been cooking with the same recipes for too damn long. And people are recognizing now, oh, wait a minute, there's restaurants out here that have original dishes. My taste buds have range. And you do not create anything for any taste buds to experience the fact that they know that they can have range. You serve basic shit to people that just want to be basic. You're about quantity, not quality. Be a chef, not a cook. A chef creates, a cook follows recipes. Thank you, Chit Chat. Love you as always. We're almost there, y'all, to a full-fledged hour. Let me thank some people here. Nikki News, thank you for being here. Yolanda Cameron, thank you. Phyllis Crawford, thank you. Some people in the building, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Miss Cheryl H. Tough, thank you. Queen T with GG9, thank you. Culture James Hodge, thank you. Now, I didn't know if I was going to get to an hour. I didn't know. But I truly felt that this was the most important topic of the show. And we're almost there. We're almost there. Now, I heard that, the Scots weren't talked about at all. And that they had to cut some things out of the, talking about the millimeters, right? And someone said, well, actually, I don't think so. And it was Kimmy. Kimmy, shut your ass up. Shut up. Shut your damn mouth. You want to talk about people who are being supportive, and you can't complain about your not supportive husband. Really. You attacking people who give a damn, but you can't attack the man that doesn't give a damn about you. Shut your ass up. Oh, I give no fucks now. None whatsoever. It seems like, I gotta put this. It seems like this show is like a game of Twister. Left hand on red, right hand on yellow. Left foot on blue, right foot on green. Now we start. Wait, I can't. Oh, wait. Ow. Okay, all right. Yep. Can you move? I can't move. I can't do it. Oh, okay. Mother. Okay, there's not enough. I see half of this shit. Okay. Yep. This show is such a game of Twister that people will rather stay in the game of Twister than have their body mentally. Because how many times are you going to come on screen with nothing of value, nothing of a resource, nothing of anything that can be a contribution just so you can say you play Twister? Really, 10 people in the building, like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're almost done. And then we're going to move on to all the other topics. I made a promise. We're going to get to an hour. Full hour. Okay, full hour. And, Carlos did apologize. But I don't accept that apology. I know it wasn't for me. But when you said that, I could have done better. If you would have been there for your family members, you should be there for the people that help your family. Like you said, reality television is hard. Got cameras in your face, 8-12 hours a day. So you got your life. Then you got these cameras. Then you got social media. Then you got kids. Then you got spouse. Then you got businesses. Then you got your mental health. Should I keep going of all the other things? So if you know that heaviest that wears the crown, why don't you make the crown? Why don't you straighten up the crown? So that way it's not as much pressure. You know what happened to Jesus, right, when they put that barbed wire crown on his head? What the people on earth forgot. The people on earth forgot was that barbed wire hurts. But God created that barbed wire to create barriers. Y'all just used it a different way. But he's the originator of the barbed wire. And then Jesus rose 3 days later. What's amazing to me about some of these damn haters, some of these lost spirits, I mean, a soul has depth at least. And to all these people that your mama's launch pad was broken your day, rocket was on a recall, and because you weren't a successful launch, and you were a launch failure that couldn't make it to be a star in heaven, because nobody gave a fuck about you. You were born dust in hell. The amazing thing to me is, when y'all get called out, y'all can't say shit. Because it's always the ones that talk the most about what they should be doing when you staying in your own shit. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for a response. I'm listening. I'm you know what? I'm gonna give it until we get to 50 minutes. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it because I know that what I'm saying is so true. Ain't nobody bold enough to say shut up, Braylon, in the chat. I know it. I know. I'm gonna give it all the way to 50. And I'm proving a point with this. Because anybody can holler. It takes somebody to speak. No, Stephen A. Smith says, holla at your boy. Just because you holler don't mean you say anything important. When you speak, it carries something important. Princes and princesses do what they want to do. Kings and queens do what they need to do for a purpose. And Carlos, your podcast should be called Lies with the Prince, not Reality with the King. Because a king understands the responsibility of reality. Oh my God, what a concept. What a damn concept. I'm still waiting for a hater who is saying Melody's better. I'm waiting for a hater who can say ish about the people, but can't onto their own ish. I'm waiting for everybody who has a smoke on the keyboard to say it. You still got time until 50 minutes. I'm giving y'all that time. I'm giving y'all that time. Because guess what? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not. Because for all the energy you give as the big bad wolf, you know it takes energy to blow, right? The more you... There's a point in time. There's a point in time that you have to let go. Every time that you breathe in the blowout, your capacity shrinks. You got one more minute to tell me I'm wrong. And I listen. "30 seconds. 30 damn seconds. Anybody that thinks they're bold enough to say what needs to be said, but yeah, you can't handle your own shit, you got 30 seconds to tell me I'm wrong. I'm waiting. I'm absolutely waiting. Because I'm about to win this challenge very easily, very quickly. The easiest win of 2024. And we're just getting started. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See that? All the haters. See, that's the thing. When an opportunity is handed, you take it. Haters don't know how to take opportunities because they don't know how to handle one. Oh. So as we get ready to wrap up this first hour of Virtual Tour Live, my thoughts on this podcast is that this was for Melody. This wasn't for Carlos. This was a PR stop along the way. Just to let you know, hey guys, I'm a real person. I have feelings. I can receive emotional damage. But the problem is, until you give a fuck about other people, why should they give a fuck about you? Okay. I'm just being honest. Let me pull up another thumbnail.
Are you sick of having issues with your webinars, wasting tons of time on troubleshooting with attendees?
We're almost there, y'all. We're almost there. I'm going to leave it on this one here. I'm going to leave it on this one. Because it really is sad when people on social media want to do more protecting than the person who is in charge of giving the protection. And, you know, Melody did say, and I quote, that you did provide security for her. And you said, listen, that's no problem. No, that's what the fuck you're supposed to do. Because honestly, Carlos, like I said, that game of Deal or No Deal, guess what? If you were playing Deal or No Deal by yourself, that's cool. But you're playing this mental version of Deal or No Deal, and there's kids involved with this game. There's a whole production staff and crew that looks for a check. They're in this game. Your legacy is in this game. See how many people could be affected by you going for that one main case? That part right there. That part right there. And listen, I know what you could say, Carlos. Braylon, that's really cute, but you can't do what I do. You know what? If you're that big, bad, and bold, just say, hey, guys, you know what? Next season, since y'all think y'all know what y'all doing, I'm going to open up auditions to let somebody host it. Let's see the auditions come in, and let's see who can really throw down. Because I bet you this much. You haven't met your opponent yet, Carlos. You haven't met your opponent yet. That can match you pound for pound, soul for soul, fist for fist, mental fist, that is, in commentary, in producing, in creating. I think you have done what you've done for so long that you don't even know what responsibility is. Because you're so worried about the benefits, you're not worried about the consequences. Now, as for what I think will be happening next season, now they did say that they were taping next season. Now, there is a surprise allegedly there were some people on stage. I think we all know who they are. I'm not going to say it because you probably heard it somewhere on these YouTube streets. Okay. Carlos, for the next stops on your tour, make sure you make it about your guest, not about you. And trying to cover your ass, trying to give a masterpiece of, y'all, this is who I am. You know what I often say? Don't worry about the temporary visitors to your art gallery. Worry about the permanent members in your art gallery, because people will take a moment in time and paint that as a masterpiece of who you are. But you got all these other art pieces. But the problem with you is there ain't no other art pieces. Allegedly. The problem with you, Carlos, is you're so upset that people are using that masterpiece of what's in their head about you, not recognizing that you created that masterpiece. If you would create more masterpieces to show range of who Carlos King is, they wouldn't be upset with you. But you can't get upset with people that you haven't given a damn about. I'm gonna say it one more. I'm gonna say it 2 more times. You can't be upset with people when you haven't given a damn about. You can't be upset with people when you haven't given a damn about. Now, we all know that there's a game to play. Our theme song, it's all a part of the game. Whether you are on level 1 or you're on level 99, in order to get to 100, you still have to play. And the problem is, there's a lot of people that don't have the mental capacity, capability, or comprehension for brain cells to form a brain to pick up that controller and put in the work. Because what you do is you use cheat codes. Oh, you know what? Level 1, A, B, B, left, right. Ooh, that bumped you up to level 5. But you know what's the problem with you using that cheat code to get to level 5, Carlos? There was something on level 2, 3, and 4 that could have helped you get through level 5. Same thing. Oh, let me get to level 10. There was other things on those levels that could help you get to the next level. So what I'm saying is, you're so worried about the elevator to success that you're not even thinking of the capacity, capability, and comprehension that the elevator of success can snap. There's a ride called the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. The backstory goes like this. It's 1940s Hollywood. And they're about to go up to their room, you know, they had a good time down below, you know, in the lobby and stuff, ballroom. But then lightning struck on the hotel. They disappeared. Now, when you go up on the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, they drop you 13 stories. You know the most amazing part of the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror versus your elevator of success? And I'm going to wait until we get to 59 minutes. Because this is such a closer. I don't think y'all are even ready for it. I really don't think y'all are ready for it. We're almost there. We're almost there. And then we're going to get to Monique, Gary Owen, the Lil White, Ludacris, and Dexter Scott King. 10 more seconds, y'all. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here is the difference between the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror and your elevator of success, Carlos. That ride was engineered by people. Hey, Trish, K10, welcome in. That elevator ride at Disney World, now Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, Guardians Tower, wherever the hell it is that Imagineers put in the work to make sure that ride can always be in condition. The problem with your elevator is the wires can snap at any time. You don't have a mechanism to save yourself in the elevator. The elevator is broken. To take the stairs, Carlos. You can go up or you can go down, but either way, you have a decision. The choices are yours alone. With all that being said, hashtag good luck. We made it to 1 hour, y'all. Whoa, I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it or not. Listen, I hope y'all enjoyed that full hour of my response. Okay. All right. Let's roll on to Monique. Y'all ready? We're live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Glad to have all of you here. Hey, everybody. It's Braylon here. I am still right here with all of you. Glad to have you here. Ernestine Clark, welcome in. Glad to have you here. So that was my response to the whole podcast. And I'm proud of exactly what I said. I know that deal or no deal example was very graphic. But I said what needed to be said without saying the quiet part out loud. But if you can read between the lines, I think y'all get where I'm going with that deal or no deal example. And then the Pizza Planet versus Tiana's Place. And just the levels of depth of responsibility that there needs to be here, that there's none. I hope that response lets you know that there is more at stake here than just a TV show. You know, monopolies don't just happen in Monopoly. They happen in real life. When you win Monopoly, money goes all to you. But what happens when you buy out of the buildings? Those people who lived there for years, called gentrification, they got moved from their memories. You're responsible for what you do. So, like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you guys want to come up, feel free. We're still on tour. Glad to have you here. Hey, everybody. So what did y'all think of that response? What did you guys take away anything from that? I know it was a full hour. And y'all, I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't know if I could get to a full hour, but you know, once a microphone's in my face and then you guys are there and then I got a topic, well, I find a way to get to an hour. But what did you guys think of my response? Did I cover everything in that response? Is there something that I left out that I should have responded to? Hang on, let me turn up the music. There we go. Yes, indeed. So, but yep, that was just an hour. Just 1 hour. So, But yeah, we're live on tour usually. Let's see, when am I live on tour? I'm usually live on tour what, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6 p.m. And then Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. So I do like 6 shows a week. Now, Love Bear Chunksville, it was 7 shows a week. I'm glad that the show is over because I get my Saturdays back. So excited about that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, listen, I don't know if there was any male millimeters in the room, but I know if I would have walked in the building and Melody would have saw me, she would have got excited. Like, here's a person that gave a damn. And I know that some of the women there have been like, oh, Braylon's in the building. Okay. Because I keep it real. You know what I mean? And, I know I use media as my, baseline for everything, but I really felt that this needed to have such a weight to it that once the response was over, you understood everything. And I know that some of y'all are probably thinking like, wait a minute, where is he going with that deal or no deal thing? And then when you guys, read between the lines and found out of what I meant by that deal or no deal thing, y'all were like, oh, damn, he's saying that without saying it? Yeah, I did. Because that's where it's headed, sadly. And, Tiana's Place versus Pizza Planet. My Lord Jesus. The truth is real. And not everybody can take it. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to upload that response for a full hour, you know what I mean? Because I feel like that first hour is probably the reason why a lot of people are watching it. Who am I going for in the playoffs? Oh my Lord Jesus. I know the Ravens are going to the playoffs. I don't know who's in the playoffs, honestly. I know the Ravens are, but in terms of actual teams, no, I don't know. I guess when I see all the teams, I'll know who. But yeah. And let me tell you something. Those Vegas, the Vegas rooms right now, those hotels, rather, they are getting ready for all those people to come through. I know that, CBS is already down there. And for those of you who wonder how the Super Bowl happens, those crews go out months in advance to set up the cable, set up the trucks. They go out there months to set up everything. First Take will probably be live from there. Undisputed will be live from there. Trying to think who else. Oh, seriously, that's how it happens. So, Usher's been rehearsing for I don't know how long. Hang on 1 second, y'all. I'm still right here. Hang on. Hey, everybody! I'm still here. That was a good friend of mine. Caleb. We were on YouTube together for the Black Girl Who Watched the Bachelorette, and we were on like a live panel and stuff. And he just called me just to check in with me, see how I was doing. Um, but yeah, I mean, seriously, like the Super Bowl is probably one of the most technologically difficult television events live because all those cameras have to work. Like they can't be no delay. When they say it's at the halftime show, it's the halftime show. You know what I mean? But yeah, I know everybody's got their teams. I know. Now I've been hearing the Detroit Lions is going to the playoffs, and everybody in Detroit, um, everybody in Detroit is really excited about that. So, but we'll see what happens. Either way, all the players are going to get a check. So. Ravens, 49ers, Lions, and Chiefs. Okay, you know what? I'll say this. I think for me, and thank you for that. You know what? I think for me, whichever one has not won a Super Bowl, that's my team. Because I feel like every team deserves to win at least one Super Bowl, right? Or if you haven't won a Super Bowl in a long time, you deserve that. So that would be my team. Whoever that is, that's my team. That is my team. I'm trying to think, do people still have Super Bowl parties at all? Like, I know since 2020, the world's been kind of crazy with everything, but I do kind of wonder that people still do Super Bowl parties and stuff like that. But yes, indeed. 4 people in the building. Thank y'all for being here. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We are live on tour. Glad to have y'all here. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. I have to say, like, the fact that this Saturday, let's see. Oh, of course, go for the win. Winning, nothing else but winning. I'll say this. I think that Ravens. Okay, you know what? I can root for the Ravens. I can do that. Sure. No, you know what's really amazing? It's like the fact that this Saturday is coming and there's no new episode of Love Mary Trunsville. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm extremely happy. And I know that sounds really mean. But like I say that because like we're gonna be able to relax for a minute. You know what I mean? I feel like this past season, I sound tired. I hope I don't. I still got some energy left. I'm just chilling now. But one thing I am glad about is that, one thing I am glad about is that this Saturday we won't have to worry about an episode, right? We won't got to worry about somebody, trying to spoil the show. We ain't got to worry about no, drama or anything. Like it's going to be a very relaxing weekend. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to that. I think that I think we really needed just a No, I'm serious. I think we just needed a reset personally. You know what I mean? Because with this show, it can get dangerously toxic. It really can. And yeah, so and like I said, maybe this Saturday, of course, this Saturday, it's the Rated Love panel that I do very often, and I'm excited about that. I am. But yeah, I am excited to just kind of rest actually after all of this. So, I will be back for season 7. I will. Hopefully, it's the last season for their own good. You know what I mean? Because something comes out during that season, well, at that point, the show's a wrap. Um, but yeah, hopefully the show will be over by then. You had Class of Melody last night. Love the master class. That's wonderful. Here's the thing. I bet you Melody's that teacher that she'll be like, okay, now you can do it. Okay, now you can be better than that. I feel like she's that type of teacher. Like real talk. I really do feel like she's that type of teacher. So shout out to that. I mean, and not to mention too, like, it's already Tuesday and Melody's back at work. She took off Monday and then she got right back to work Tuesday. Like, there is no rest for the queen. Listen. But good for her though. I'm glad that you are enjoying the class. So and she has put a lot of eyeballs on property preservation. She really has. So excuse me. But yeah, I hope to work with her production company, Tilted Crown Productions. That would be kind of cool. Because honestly, to tell you the truth, I feel that I'll put it to you like this: the way that Daniel Kaluuya is Jordan Peele's right hand man, I feel like I could be that for Melody in the world of unscripted television. I really mean that. I really mean that. I think that would be really cool. But that's just me though. But you never know what can happen out here in the world because possibilities are new every day. So no, it is awesome for sure. Like I said, if y'all want to come up, feel free or participate in the live chat. We are just chilling out at this point. Glad to have all you here. I'm trying to figure out why my So it's just me then. But yes, we are live on tour, just chilling. I'll have a show for y'all up at 11 a.m. By the way, are y'all liking the 11 a.m. shows? Is that working out for y'all? Because I see y'all coming through the 11 a.m. shows. And I gotta tell you, I really do enjoy the 11 a.m. shows. And let me tell you, the reason why I put it up at 11 a.m. is because for one, I like my sleep. You know what I mean? Thank you so much, Ernestine Clark. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. No, I love my sleep, y'all. So when I wake up at 8, I'm like, oh, I gotta do a show at 8. Thank God, I could go back to sleep. But yeah, I try to always give y'all a good show at 11. You know what I mean? So it's like I said, 11 a.m. is that sweet spot of it's about to be afternoon, but you're still waking up. And yeah, so excuse me. Jesus Christ. Good. Yeah, let me tell you, the 11 a.m. shows, they're a vibe too. And honestly, like, I don't know what it is, but I think I try to pick calmer topics, for the morning show. Because it is 11 o'clock in the morning, even though it's about to be afternoon. But I do try to reserve the big topics, the ones that are going to take the most energy for me to speak on. I try to keep those on reserve. You know what I mean? For yeah, I try to keep those topics for I'm trying to think. Yeah, I try to keep those for 6 p.m. because by that time everybody has had their day. Everybody is at home from work and they can actually really go there and they don't have to try to be fake. I'm not saying people are fake at 11 a.m. But what I'm saying is there is an energy to the 6 o'clock show that it forces you to be your realest self. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate. Listen, I hope I'm decent on other channels. No, you know what it is. I think when you do what we do, yeah, when you do what we do, it really is quite a lot to be able to say that this is what we do. Yes, you did show up, and I appreciate it. I really, really do. I really, really do. It really does mean the world to me. And like I said, I hope that I'm good on other channels. Every everything that can happen, um, will happen. You know what I mean? And I just try my best to be very respectful, very loving, very kind to people. And it does get a little tricky, being up on a panel from time to time because you don't know what people's response is going to be. But all you can do is what you can do. So I hope that I give good energy when I'm on panels. I do. Oh, well, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like whenever I go up on a panel, I look at it like I'm live on TV. You know what I mean? So hang on 1 minute, y'all. But yeah, no, I appreciate the love. I really do. And listen, I mean, now that Love and Marriage Huntsville is over, it's like it'll, and also too, I think it'll be kind of nice to go on panels where it's not, Love and Marriage Huntsville, where you got to recap the episode and try to think of what you're gonna say and not try to overstep boundaries and this, that, and the third. So I do think that this break will be good for everybody mentally. And then when it's time to game on again, the game will be on again. You know what I mean? So. But yeah, I definitely want to do more interviews in the new year. Well, I keep saying that, but I really do want to do more interviews. The thing about interviews is that not only do you have to get the interview, but you also have to plan it out. And like I said, I'm pretty cool where I don't have to have whose panel am I jumping to tonight? You never know. I don't know. Like I know the Gossip Girls. I think they were on just recently. Chit Chat with QT. Don't know if she's live tonight. I was on the Silver Silvers live last night. Well, y'all saw me on the Silver Silvers live because we streamed it here. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's I'm gonna be on tonight. So it's funny because when I talked with Demi, me and Demi caught up, and the cool thing is, me and Demi both are from Arkansas. That's the crazy thing. So we were connected on so many things from Arkansas. But when Demi said, I was looking for you on Chit Chat with QT. I was looking for you on Queen Sheba. And I feel like that's the highest compliment that I can receive. When it's to the point where people are looking for you on panels, when they're like, man, I know Brain would have said something here or he would have said something there. I think that's the highest compliment because yes, subscribers are hugely important. The more subscribers you get, the more views you get. And views are important too because they lead to the money. But there's no point in receiving views and there's no point having subscribers if nobody can embrace you. And it's better to be, to me, I feel like it's better to be down at 1,579 subscribers and have all those people really do love you and want to see you and they do come through rather than be seen by everybody at a million subscribers. So you say one thing and you drop back down to 0. Because like YouTube, people are fickle as well. Not saying everybody's fickle, but you know, just because you're not being seen by everybody doesn't mean that you're not being seen. You know what I mean? I mean, that's real talk. So, but yes, indeed. So we'll see. We'll see if I go on anybody's panel tonight. Who knows? Let's see here. Let's see here. Let me get the daily motivator up for you guys. Yeah, you know what I mean? And like I said, the fact that you even asking whose panel I'm going to be on, that's a compliment because that means you're looking for me. And you know what? Honestly, tell you the truth, I feel like this season actually kind of established Braylon in this sector in a really weird way because when I first got started and, you know, I did share, you know, some of the tea and the juice and all that type of stuff, people did find me, but I feel like with the male voice in this sector, I feel like I've established myself as kind of, I'm not going to say a voice of reason, but I feel like I'm one of those people that like, hey, you know, if you want to know where a perspective can be fair, that's where I come in. You know what I mean? And I talk about everybody, you know what I mean? So I'm not subjective to any one person, you know what I mean? Even for example, you know, in part 3 of the reunion, you know, when Tisha said, you know, if we don't have trust what we're doing here, and Melody said that's right, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, let them drown. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? But I still love Melody though. So and here's the thing, it's a way to go about what you say. And it's not just what you say, but it's how you say it. So that's how I kind of do the panels. It's like, okay, read the room for a minute. And sometimes it may take, you know, 2 to 3 opinions before I get on. But if it's Chit Chat with QT, if it's the Silva, if it's spaces I know, then I go right on up because I know exactly who I'm with. So and sometimes reading the room is very important. It's very important. Very important. Let me do this. Let me get greatday.com up for y'all. But I do hope y'all enjoyed tonight's show. It was a really, really good show. You guys got a whole after show, some hot topics, and then you guys got to hear my response again. So if you did hear my response, you heard it here again. So get the daily motivator up for you guys. Hmm. Says here, good nature will always supply the absence of beauty, but beauty cannot replace the absence of good nature. Ooh, that's deep, Joseph Addison. It is time for the Daily Motivator for Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024, the long haul. Quick progress is possible, but it's usually not sustainable. Real improvement, um, okay, real improvement comes when you're in it for the long haul. Every action takes place in the short term, in the moment. Be prepared to take those immediate actions and to keep doing so well into the future. If a problem can be resolved quickly, that's great. But if immediate gratification is your default expectation, you'll be disappointed more often than not. Amen to that one. Yes, Lord Jesus, I've been waiting on many things. I think we all have, and we all been disappointed with, you know, immediate gratification. Instead, embrace opportunities to make investments in your life that are that are ongoing, consistent, and disciplined. Not only doing such investment brings valuable results, but they also build in you powerful character and resilience. Put forth a spectacular effort today is outstanding, but don't deceive yourself into thinking it will spare you from doing more tomorrow. Those aspects of life that bring meaning and fulfillment, you're in it for the long haul. Continue to discover yourself for yourself. A good thing that can be rough more. So, ooh, I like that. I think being in the long haul, really starts with you. I remember when my family and I moved up here, and I was sleeping in a Penske truck. I could sleep right up. And some of my family members were like, why were you sleeping? Like, we were all up. I'm like, listen, I know how much energy it's going to take for this assignment to move everything in the house. So I slept so I can have energy for what I need to do. And sometimes when you're trying to be in the long haul, you're going to have to do things to do your assignment that may be difficult to do. I mean, sleeping in a Penske truck was somewhat difficult, but I still made it happen. But the point was, you have to be willing to make the sacrifices it's going to take for you to get to the long haul of the blessing that's on the other side for you. Number two, when it comes to the long haul, it's a long haul. I know that's like Braylon. Okay, thank you, Captain Obvious. But no, it's true. A lot of people think that getting it quick, fast, in a hurry is the best reward. No, it's not. Sometimes when we get what we want, it's usually not what we need. Because what we want is the fantasy, but what we need is always the reality. I'll say that one more time. What we want is the fantasy, but what we need is the reality. And finally, when it comes to the long haul, when it comes to the long haul, the more that you are about, the more that you're about, trying to conquer everything instead of appreciating everything, is going to be a long haul. When you're worried about conquering everything and appreciating everything, it's going to be a long haul. One more time. When you're worried about conquering everything rather than appreciating everything, it's going to be a long haul. Don't be so caught up in trying to tackle your wish list that you don't enjoy some of the wishes that have came true on your list in your long haul. And so that's what I gotta say about this one. It's here's the thing. I've done so many virtual tour lives at this point with the Daily Motivator. I feel like me and the Daily Motivator are one. And I know no one else is bringing the Daily Motivator on YouTube like this because, well, for one, it's hard to find something to anchor your show, right? In the morning at 11 a.m., I covered the stories, but we do a feel good story at the end of every show, right? Either from Good News Network or some source that has a good story. Well, the reason why I keep the Daily Motivator at 6 p.m. is because you need something to look forward to. And I recognize with this show at 6 p.m. that you guys look forward to it. I do the 11 a.m. show just to, put myself out there and say, hey guys, I'm out here. You know what I mean? I do content because some people are not going to wait till 6 o'clock. You know what I mean? But the 6 o'clock show is the primetime edition that gives you every single emotion that you want to release. And I think 11 p.m. is that barometer of, okay, the day's just getting started. Here's a little pick me up to get you through your day. And I think you need that in the long haul. You need people who can give you everything and who can help you handle everything. People who give you everything and people who can help you handle, and people who can help you handle through everything. So, with that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want more special, because you will always want a blessing. And trust, you may not be where you want to be. By the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Wise one thing. Call yourself. It's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. I hope if I spend time together with Ross, to be great together. And always remember, when you're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or you are just recognizing, Chantel, that maybe for the long haul, maybe you shouldn't just fall in love and grace. And John, if you want better for yourself, then be better. Make sure the replay is not just for if you watch it, not just for if you listen to it, but if you want to experience it again. In order to receive love, you gotta give it. In order to receive love, you gotta give it. In order to receive love, you gotta give it. Whatever obstacles you've overcome, whatever success you have achieved on this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you. But if no one else is proud of you, be proud of your damn self, okay? And finally, y'all, it's almost February. Can we please next month do better? Because this month of January was already rough. I mean, we had Cat Williams, T.I. with toes and launch pads, and the youngest son of MLK Jr. passed away. Like, can we do better next month? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Enjoy the fireworks for the day that was, for the day that's to come, and for the blessings that are on the way for you, me, and everybody as a culture. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love, and I send it right back to you. Good night, everybody.